resilience and exercise. So, this was actually a very interesting topic for me. Not surprisingly, depending on people's experience with exercise, they had different ideas of what resilience meant for them when it comes to exercise. So, I'm going to talk about four different forms of resilience today relating to exercise, and then give advice of how to be more resilient in those areas. So, the first one is a bit of a twofer. So, the more exercise you do, the stronger your muscles get, making them and you more resilient to injury. Similarly, when doing exercises regularly, as your muscles get stronger, they adapt and stop growing as much or as quickly as they would otherwise. So, muscles basically adapt to exercise, weight, reps. They literally adapt to everything. Because of this, my advice for resilience in this area are three different things. The first one, variety is the spice of life. So, just like with anything else, variety is key. So, don't do the same exercise routine every time. Don't work the same muscles the same day every week. Vary your sets and your reps when doing the same exercises. The second is continually reevaluating and increasing your difficulty. So basically, this allows for more strain to your muscles, which increases their resilience to larger loads and shocks. So an example of this would be starting off doing knee push-ups, and then as you get stronger, you graduate to toe push-ups. So basically going from your knees to doing a regular push-up on your toes. And then one day you're going to get even stronger, and then you're going to do clapping push-ups, where you push up and clap in the middle. Yeah. All right. Another example would be doing pull-ups. You would start assisted with a band helping you, and then as you get stronger, you would go into regular pull-ups without that band. The third piece of advice is always change up your exercises. You can do the same or similar exercises, but with slight variations, and that will shock your muscles. So an example of that is doing a squat. There's the back squat, where you have the bar on your back and you're squatting down like that. Then changing it up with a front rack squat, where you're holding the bar in the front over here like this. So although you're still working the same muscles, you're still working the lower body, that slight variation just shocks the body a little bit. Plus with the front squat, you have the added front part of the body you are working. Another example of this is doing bicep curls. Bicep curls are normally like this, but you can also do hammer curls, which means your hands are facing each other. So both of these work your bicep, this muscle, but just a slight variation. And it again shocks the body. So the second form of resilience is that exercising can actually make you more resilient in other aspects of your life. So as your body gets stronger, as you see the new things that your body can do, it can help build resilience and confidence outside of exercise. So a very good example of this for me is actually my start to exercise. When I first began, like 7 years ago, 8 years ago now, I had chronic back pain. I had an MRI. They said there was nothing wrong. I had no self-confidence or self-esteem, terrible posture, always hunching over like this. I had no direction in life. I was negative, introverted, picked on. Honestly, this list could go on forever, so I'm going to stop it here. As I grew stronger in exercise and became more physically resilient, gaining confidence in exercise, it started to show on the outside as well. So I started standing up straighter. People commented on my posture so frequently. I was more positive. I became extroverted. I had more confidence and self-esteem. I was no longer picked on, at least to my knowledge. Let's hope that's where it ends. So my advice for this one would be to track your workouts in a journal to see your progress. If, for example, you're doing 30 seconds of push-ups one day, I would suggest counting how many push-ups you actually did. Mark it down in your journal with the date, and then try again a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later with the exact same conditions. So what I mean by that is if you did it on a Monday morning, first thing, first exercise, mark that down and make sure to repeat that the next time. Because if you have different conditions, you will have different results. And also, if you're using weight, make sure to write down what weight you're using. This way, every time you can see how it increases and hopefully not decreases. Also, make sure to mark down your reps and the date you did it. Now, on to the third type of resilience, which is emotional resilience. So, exercise can help build resilience to mental stress. This kind of relates a bit to what I spoke about the last time, but basically it can clear your head, it allows for proper cognitive function, it just gets rid of stress. A really good example of this one that I love is my lovely husband Mitch. So for anyone that doesn't know, the only form of exercise he does is he plays ball hockey once a week for 2 hours. Despite having a personal trainer as a wife and a personal trainer as a mother, he refuses to exercise in a gym or in a home gym, but whatever. So he plays ball hockey once a week for 2 hours. And in the winter, we had a bunch of snowstorms. It was pretty terrible. It got canceled 2 weeks in a row, and he was going crazy. He felt super, super stressed, and he actually asked me to give him a workout. I was like, what? Because Mitch doesn't ask me to give him a workout, and if he does, he gets bored after like a minute. So it was like 12 minutes later, and I was like running out of exercises to give him because I've never had to give him that long of a workout before. And then I asked him how he felt afterwards, and he said, amazing. His stress was pretty much gone. He even took a break from work to do that workout, which was even more shocking. And then he went back to work, carried on with his day, and felt great. So my advice for you here is to take 10 minutes a day to yourself. Even if you're not exactly exercising, but doing something similar, that's fine. It's 10 minutes to yourself to get that mental state. Try and do exercise though, but... So basically, if you're doing it in the morning, lunch, evening, does not matter. It's just 10 minutes. Go for a walk. Follow along a YouTube exercise video that you like. Download the app Down Dog and do like a 10-minute yoga session. Download the app Headspace and do a 10-minute meditation session. So that's what I meant when I was saying it doesn't have to necessarily be exercise. Meditation is great too, but yes, exercise. Do a quick Tabata. So as I spoke about last time, Tabata is 20 seconds of an exercise, 10-second break. So an example would be 20 seconds of squats, 10-second break, 20 seconds of push-up, 10-second break, and repeat that as many times as you can. Anything is better than nothing. So if your question is how do you fit 10 minutes of this into your day, well, here's a question for you. How much TV do you watch? Now, this is coming from someone who watches a ton of TV. So, if you watch TV, try eliminating 10 minutes of it. Although watching TV provides really great short-term anti-anxiety benefits, which I know all about, trust me, exercising will provide long-term benefits. So you're better off doing that. Finally, we come to our fourth resilience, which is motivational resilience. This seems to be the most popular. This basically refers to your drive, your discipline, your motivation, stamina to continue exercising every day. Sticking to your workout goals, completing all sets, so on. So an example of this might sound familiar. Resilience means going for that early morning run in the depths of winter when all you want to do is get back into bed and snuggle in under the warm blanket. Now, living in Montreal, trust me, I want to do this a lot. I assume a lot of you guys do as well. So, my advice for this one is to track your workouts. Just like the last one, write down which exercises you do, write down your reps, your sets, your weight, and most importantly, write down how you feel before and after your workout. If you see that you're feeling shitty before your workout, and then all of a sudden amazing afterwards, boom! Let me fix that. Yeah, that would be a kick in the butt there that maybe you should be exercising. So another thing would be to plan exercise at the same time every day. Basically, that makes you get into a routine and probably helps you stick to it. Scheduling your workout also in your calendar will help. You should make it just like an appointment. It's the same thing. And a very important one is that if you see that you're not doing your workouts, if you're in the middle of one and you're just not motivated and you want to stop, go slower. Take more breaks. That's better than quitting. You're better off doing something than nothing. So do what you got to do to get it done and make it happen. And that is all for exercise and resilience.